Hey, I'm Geeky Pastimes, and this is the first episode of Hyperalert, and this one's all about Hitman 3. So Hyperalert is a new series that I'm starting up on the channel where I just want to talk about why I'm excited about upcoming games. There's not going to be anything discussing any kind of negatives about them or any doubt about them. This is just about hype. I love games, I love being excited for games, I love new games, and I really love this kind of moment just before games come out where we get to the point where we know quite a lot about the games and we're just super excited to play them. So I just want to share that with you. If you like the video and you like the new series, please don't forget to like and subscribe. So, on Wednesday, I'm recording this on Sunday, Hitman 3 is coming out, and I'm so excited about this. I've been tweeting about it quite a lot. I've been playing all the way through Hitman 1 and 2. We just finished Hitman 2 yesterday up on stream, and I just can't wait for Hitman 3. I feel like I'm ready for it. For anyone who doesn't really know what's going on with Hitman 3, or if anyone's sitting there thinking, how is it only Hitman 3? There's been a bunch of these games. Hitman 3 is the third game in what's called the World of Assassination Trilogy. So they did a kind of reboot of the Hitman universe in 2016, and we had a new Hitman game that kind of changed up a lot of things about how the game was structured, but kept the sort of core gameplay intact. Now, I've been playing Hitman since Hitman 1, since the very first game, a long time ago now. And to me, Hitman's always been about putting you in some sort of sandbox environment and letting you decide how you're going to take out a target. Now, as with a lot of these kind of games, it started off with the intentions of being kind of serious, I think. And I was young when I played the first one, so I was always trying to sort of get a sniper rifle. I liked the idea of being a sniper, finding a window somewhere a long way away from the target, and then sniping them when they came out in the open. As the series progressed, people found more and more inventive ways to take out the targets, and I feel like the developers, IO Interactive, really embraced that, like really went for it and started having a lot of fun with how you could take out these targets, to the point where in the World of Assassination Trilogy, there's huge numbers of different ways you can take out the targets, so much the developers intended, and there's some sort of like rewards and challenges for doing some of these, and that's a lot of fun because you get these challenges that are like, okay, you need to try and take this guy out with a rubber duck, how are you going to do that? And then there's some which just people find, really funny ways to do it and put it up on YouTube or do it on Twitch, which I really enjoy. If any of you want to watch some really, really fun Hitman videos, Outside Xbox YouTube channel do some incredible things in Hitman, and I really enjoy some of the challenges and stuff they've done on there. So Hitman 3 is the third in this trilogy, and one of the special things about this trilogy, which I think is probably the most underrated sort of series of games from last generation, I hardly ever hear people gushing about it or it appearing on lists of the best games of last generation. But like Hitman 1 and 2 were consistently amazing. Like they were really, really good games, and they did so many new things. And one of those things was the fact that in Hitman 2, you can play all of the Hitman 1 levels. Now, you do need to buy sort of a expansion pass type thing, unless you owned Hitman 1 net. Hitman 3 is doing the same thing. If you have the previous games on console, you can play those levels in Hitman 3. On PC, it's a little bit different because of the Epic Store, but you still will be able to play the earlier games in Hitman 3, which is just really exciting because you get all of those benefits of the better engine, of all of the things that you can unlock in the game, but you can still play through those amazing sandbox levels, which are huge. Like, there's no way most people have done everything in those levels. I've done, barely anything in them. I've done a few mission stories in each one. So I'm really, really excited to go back to those after I finish Hitman 3. Now, Hitman in the World of Assassination Trilogy has really been about locations. Like Hitman's always had some incredible exotic locations, and this game's no different. So we know in Hitman 3 we're going to be going to Dubai, which has been shown off quite a lot. We're going to be going to Dartmoor in England, Berlin, China, Argentina, and Romania. Now, the Dubai level is the one that they've shown off the most, and this is on this really, really tall, the new world's tallest building. It's not the Burj Khalifa, it's like a fictional new taller building that's still slightly under construction. And it just looks insane. Like, I've seen openings of it where you're outside the building, and there's such an amazing sense of scale. The idea that you really are incredibly high up. And obviously that in itself opens up some opportunities to get rid of people and to hide bodies if you want to. I mean, I don't know if it counts as hiding it if you just throw it off a tall building so it'll explode on the pavement below, but Hitman's always had that kind of gory kookiness to it. Another one that's caught my eye is the China level, which we haven't seen that much of, but we've seen some incredible screenshots of already. And on this China level, It's nighttime and it's sort of crowded city streets, and there's neon lights illuminating everything, which looks really, really incredible. And they've already said there's going to be a ray tracing patch coming in the future to enable ray tracing. So it's like you'll be able to play through the game, enjoy it, and then know it's going to get even better later in the year, which I'm really excited about. One thing that I only found out about yesterday in a video that was put out was the idea of persistent shortcuts. Now, anyone who's played the Souls games, you know, like Dark Souls, Demon Souls, things like that, will have an idea of what I mean by this. And this is, in the open world, there are going to be certain shortcuts you can unlock, but you can only unlock them from one side. So say if you're climbing up the tall building, there's going to be some ladders which you can sort of kick down. You can unlock them from the top, and then that will go down to a lower level. Then what you can do is when you go back into level, because, you know, a big part of Hitman is the sort of replayability, the idea that you can keep on going back to these levels over and over again, you'll actually be able to go up that ladder now because it will be persistently unlocked for you. So there'll be new routes, new ways to get through it. For speedrunners, obviously, it'll be a big thing about unlocking all of the routes and then being able to sort of optimize your path. And this is really good because if there's some bits, you know, later in level that you want to experiment with, but you don't want to constantly be having to sort of find your way in, find your way through infiltrating, this will give you the opportunity of a few new cool shortcuts to get through. And I think the same thing applies to doors and things like that as well, which is very, very cool. Then one of the other big things that lots of people know about is VR. This is the first time we've had VR in a Hitman game. At the moment, it's only going on PlayStation VR, but if you've got a PlayStation, you're going to be able to play through the entire game in VR. And I've actually shown a trailer of this, and it's not like you're just sort of using a controller and playing the game normally, but have a VR perspective. Instead, you can actually sort of track your hands, and there's things like in the video, them tapping a guard on the shoulder, and then the guard turning around, and then them knocking them out. So it seems like there's a lot of interaction going into it. For what, you know, some developers would see as a niche feature, it seems like they've really, really gone for it and thought about how they could make it interesting. That Dubai level where you're going to be really high up is going to be absolutely terrifying in VR. So, like I said, the hype alerts are all going to be these short videos just talking about why I'm so excited about the game, and I'm really excited about Hitman. We're definitely going to be streaming it on launch day. I'm going to be playing through the whole game on stream. I'm really excited about it, and then we'll be having a lot of fun sort of messing around, finding secrets, finding interesting ways to kill people, hopefully getting a little bit of competition going, having some games sort of at the same time as other people, seeing, you know, who can race to get kills in certain ways and things like that. Should be a lot of fun. If you like these videos, please let me know in the comments. If there's other games you want me to talk about, games that you're hyped about for 2021, please let me know. I think I'm going to focus on games that sort of like I'm personally really excited about, but if there's something I should be excited about and I don't know about, please tell me, because I absolutely loved being hyped about stuff. If you want to see me playing Hitman, go over to Twitch. I'm Geeky Pastimes over there. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe on this video. Thank you very much, and goodbye.